Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today we are doing our NFL playoff predictions today. What a great season it has been, this NFL season. I can't wait for the playoffs to start. It's gonna be a fun playoffs, a lot of good teams and stuff. I can't wait to see who's gonna win the Super Bowl this year. But we'll find out after Super Bowl 59. So let's get started on the video. So to start off first in the wild card games, we're gonna be predicting all the games and stuff in this playoffs and stuff. So, but we'll go by wild card, division round, and all that. So let's start by the first game. So let's start off. So we got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Houston Tech at Houston. Houston Texans have not had a great ending season. Or their last few games haven't been the greatest. Lost Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, a lot of injuries and stuff. Just their team is losing a lot of players that they would need. Their team would probably be a way better team in the playoffs if they didn't have much injuries and stuff. So yeah, we'll just have to find out what the Texans can do. Now, on the other side, Chargers, they've been doing really good their past few games, getting the 5th seed, winning their final few games, making it into the postseason. And the Chargers have not been doing bad, with Justin Herbert doing pretty good. His offense and defense has been killing it out there in the Chargers. Luckily, the Texans are in first. Well, no, actually. And the Texans are good at stopping points on offense, their defense. And the Chargers, they're in first of scoring points in a game and stuff. I mean, it could be a problem with the Texans and stuff. I mean, but who knows what will happen in the game and stuff. I mean, anything can go anyone's way. We'll just have to find out what can happen and stuff. But the Chargers are the #1 scoring offense and stuff. But this game, I'm going to have to go with the Chargers in this one. So yeah, I'm going to have Chargers beat the Texans in the first wild card game to start off. Then you got the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Baltimore against the Ravens. Well, the final 4 games of the season have not been pretty for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's not what they wanted. They wanted to win it. They could have had the division, but they choked the division away. They had some injuries. Russ wasn't cooking. Pickens was dropping the ball. Defense was struggling. I get they've played Philly, Baltimore, Kansas City, and Bengals, but they could have done better and stuff. There's a lot of other things they could have done better. Their injuries they got to work on and stuff. Pittsburgh, they're just gotta figure out something. If they want a chance to win this game, they gotta play like how they did before they started losing pretty bad. They'll have to go back to the week 14 and all the other games they won, how they played and stuff. Now on the Ravens side, they've been blowing out teams the previous games and stuff. It's been Ravens, it's been pretty for them. They won a division. They've had a pretty good end of the season and stuff. Ravens have the best chance to win this game. Anything can go their way and stuff. Anything can happen. We'll just have to find out what can happen in this game. It is an AFC North rival. That's why I'm pretty close on this one. I don't know who could win this game, but, anything could go any way. But this one, I think I'm going to have to go with Pittsburgh. Now, I'm not saying that just because they're my favorite team. I think they have a chance because, that's an AFC North rivalry, and we usually beat Baltimore sometimes. We'll just have to figure out something, and we'll just have to find out if we can beat the Ravens or something. I don't know. I might get that prediction wrong, though. We'll just have to find out what will happen. If they can play like how they did before they started losing bad, and they're healthy, and then Pickens catches the ball, then they should be good. As long as their team can play good. Following that, you got Denver Broncos heading to Buffalo versus the Bills. Now the Broncos, it looked like they were gonna fall out of the playoffs, but then they barely squeak in, beating the Chiefs the final week of the season, barely squeaking into the playoffs. And the Broncos, and they have not been bad. Bo Nix, I didn't think the Broncos were gonna be this good year. I thought they were gonna get like 5 wins or something, and then like the Broncos, they've had a really good year. This offense has been dominating. This defense has been crazy. I can't wait to see how this defense plays against Josh Allen and that Buffalo Bills offense. It'll be a crazy matchup, I think. And now Buffalo, I think like the problem is for Broncos defense is that the Bills, they're gonna keep on scoring on offense. So yeah, the Broncos, it might be tough for them to keep up with the Bills offense, even though they got a great defense and stuff. They got PS2. I think y'all know who that is and stuff. I call him that. Patrick Joy. And then, I mean, like, we'll just have to see what will happen with this Broncos defense, that they can keep up with the Bills offense and stuff. But I would like to see the Broncos win this one, but they're the 7th seed, and you're taking on a dominant offense and a dominant defense. I mean, this Bills team is a really tough team to take on and stuff. I mean, Broncos are pretty good too. I mean, everyone's got a shot and stuff. This one, I'm gonna have to go Bills though. I got Bills being the Broncos, so that sets up the AFC one. It'll be Chiefs versus Steelers, and then Bills versus Chargers. Now let's move over to the NFC side. Let's start off with Eagles and Packers, actually. So Eagles and Packers. So the Eagles, they've been doing a lot better. They did way better than how they ended last season. They won the division. They got the 2nd seed. It's been a great year for Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, I don't know if he's healthy. I think he is coming back though. He probably won't be 100% though. So yeah, everything will probably not. So, I mean, it probably won't be the best for Jalen Hurts. But, I mean, I would need your starting QB in the playoffs too. I think he had a concussion or something. I'm not sure. I mean, anything could happen for him. I mean, and that offense is still pretty good, though. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley is going to go off. He's probably going to get like 200 rushing yards, probably. If that Packers defense can hold him, though. And now with the Packers, like I just said about the defense, that defense has been pretty good this year. If the defensive line can be good enough where they could stop Saquon Barkley, they might have a good chance to beat the Eagles and stuff. But the offense, they're going to have to keep up on scoring, because like the Eagles are going to probably keep on scoring if the D-line cannot stop Saquon. Because if they can't stop Saquon, then they're not going to be able to stop them on defense at all. It won't be possible at all. If you can't stop Saquon, you're not going to be able to win the game. So, yeah, you got to stop Saquon. So, yeah, I mean, this one, Jalen Hurts is not 100% and stuff. I mean, anything can go either way for each team. We'll just have to find out what will happen. I mean, Hurts is not 100% and stuff, but I still think Philadelphia is going to win it. Packers are a really good team, but I just think they're just gonna squeak out a win barely, because I think they'll just barely get the job done. I think Saquon's gonna get around the defensive line and stuff, so I'm gonna have Eagles winning this game. I mean, it's gonna be a good matchup. I mean, if the Packers defensive line can stop Saquon Barkley, then they have a good chance to beat the Eagles. Next, you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Washington Commanders and the Bucs. Oh, and they always end off every year, barely squeaking into the playoffs, winning their division. And the Bucs, they've actually not been bad. They've improved a lot of things more than last year. They had a couple of injuries during the season, but they got the players back and stuff. And I mean, that Buccaneers team, they're always going to be, my bad. That Buccaneers team can always show on that defense. They can always show what they can do on defense. That defense could be something. If that defense can stop Jane Daniels and Terry McLaurin and that Commanders offense, then that Buccaneers team has a good chance to win the game and stuff. I mean, anyone's got a chance to win this game and stuff. The Bucs have a pretty good chance. And then the Washington Commanders. Now, Jane Daniels, he's had a really good rookie year. I didn't think the Commanders would be this good. They proved me wrong. I didn't think the Commanders would be this good. I mean, I thought maybe they would go like 8 wins or something and then maybe making the playoffs or like barely missing the playoffs or something. I mean, anything could happen. I mean, this game could go either way and stuff, but I think I might have to take an upset here, and I'll have to take Washington Commanders here. I mean, I think the Commanders are the better team. I think Jane Daniels can stop Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers and stuff. I think the Commanders are good enough to beat the Buccaneers in this game. Following that, we got the final game of the wild card weekend. We got the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Now, the Rams, they barely squeak in a playoff spot in Week 17 by winning the NFC West. The Rams, I mean, I didn't think they were winning the division. It was back and forth on who was going to win the NFC West. Like, first it was 49ers, and it was Cardinals, and it was Seahawks, and then Rams had it the final 3 weeks of the season. And then the Rams, they just barely squeak a division win by beating the Seahawks in Week 7. Or no, my bad. With the Seahawks losing, I forget, I don't know. I think it was record-wise. Well, they beat them the final week, so yeah, I mean, it didn't matter really, but who knows what could have happened. And then the Vikings side, and the Vikings have had the best year I've seen them play in a while. I mean, they had a really good season a couple years ago. I think, what was it, like 2022, I think. And then Sam Darnold is playing the best football he's ever played ever. Justin Jefferson has been getting open all the time. That defense has been dominating the offense with Justin Jefferson and Sam Darnold. They've been going crazy and stuff. I mean, like, this game could be close, but, like, I think there's not really much to talk about. I mean, I think the Rams are a good team and stuff. They could, and then, like, I think they could get better in the future, but there's not really much to talk about. But I think this game, I think the Vikings are going to beat the Rams in this one. I'm going to Vikings beat the Rams in the wild card. So, yeah. Now we're done with the wild card, and we're off to the division round. So that's our Elite Eight. That's our Elite Eight. So now, let's head over to the AFC side. Now, for the AFC, we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. They faced each other on Christmas, and it wasn't pretty for the Pittsburgh Steelers, losing by 20-something points. The Chiefs is a dominating offense, and then they always do what they always do best, and they do what they do best. And then in the playoffs, they always dominate, and then they always show who is the best in the playoffs. I mean, anything can go. I mean, the Chiefs, they have advantage this game and stuff. I mean, like, Steelers, I don't think they have the best chance to win this game. I mean, Chiefs, I think, like, it could be a blowout or, like, it could be a close game and stuff. But, like, anything could go this way, really, and stuff. I mean, like, the Chiefs, if the Steelers, if they beat the Ravens, then I think they would have a good chance to beat the Chiefs in the second round. of the playoffs and stuff. I mean, like, anything could go this way. And if the Steelers can play like how they did, like I said before, like they started playing Eagles and Chiefs and the Ravens and Bengals, and yeah, I mean, they would have a fair shot. I would feel like they would have a good chance if that defense can keep up with Patrick Mahomes. I feel like their defense could put them down. Or, well, I think whenever the game on Christmas, I feel like there were some parts where I think Chiefs got bailed, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Steeler fan, but like there was a couple parts where I feel like the Chiefs got bailed because I think I saw George Pickens getting punched, and then like they called. And like he could have took that to the end zone, but then they called it a dead ball, and then there was like two other things that the refs messed up on. I feel like this game, I mean, like I said about the Ravens, if they beat the Ravens and if like they can play good, and then like if they can play like how they did before the Eagles and the Chiefs and Ravens and Bengals games, then like I think that the Steelers would have a fair shot to win this game and stuff. But like I think I'll have to be realistic here and stuff. So yeah, I'll have to take the Chiefs. Psych the Steelers. And I'm not just saying that, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a Pittsburgh fan. I'm just saying, I think it's in their head. Where they could play good football is in their head. They just gotta find it. And it's the same thing for the whenever in that Ravens wildcard game. I think they have a good chance. If they could play some really good football. If that defense continues to do what they do, but they gotta do better. They haven't played good in a while. And that offense, Pickens needs to catch the ball and stuff. Russ needs to do better. Or if Justin Fields is gonna start in that Ravens game, or if he's gonna start in the divisional round if we win and stuff, we'll just have to see what's gonna happen and stuff. Next, we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Los Angeles Chargers and stuff. Now, this would be a pretty good matchup. I would like to see this as a matchup. The Bills at Chargers. Oof. Now, both teams, they both got dominant offenses, really good defenses and stuff. Anything could go their ways and stuff. I mean, this game will probably be one of the best ones in the second round if this is the divisional round in the playoffs. The Chargers defense, I think they can keep up with the Bills offense possibly. I think it will be a close game. Most of the time, it'll probably be back and forth scoring most of the time. I mean, I think it can stay close pretty much half the time and stuff. But I think this one, though, I think the Bills are just too powerful. I think they have like a dominant offense and stuff. That defense is really good too. I think it's good enough to like stop the Chargers a couple times and stuff. So this one, I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills in this one. I'm gonna have them beat the Los Angeles Chargers, and that would set up the AFC Championship. Hold up, guys, give me 1 second. My bad. I had to take a drink of water. Alright, now moving on to the NFC side of the divisional round. We got the Detroit Lions taking on the Washington Commanders. And now the Lions have had a really good year, their best year I've seen them in a long time, even though last season they had a really good year, but I feel like this year was their best year yet. This is probably their best year of all time and stuff, and like the Lions could go all the way this year, I feel like, and stuff. And like the Lions, they have a good chance and stuff. I mean, the Lions have a really good chance, my bad, and stuff. And then like the Commanders side, I mean, there's not really much to talk about this game if this was the second round. And now that doesn't make me regret picking the Buccaneers. I think the Commanders could win that wild card game and stuff. I mean, I think the Lions I think, like, they'll probably going into half, they'll probably be up by, like, 17 or 14 points, probably. The Commanders, they might start to continue to score and stuff, but they probably won't have enough points to come back, probably, but they'll continue to score. But I feel like the Lions are going to continue to score, too, probably, and stuff. And, like, the Lions, they always get a lot of points and stuff, but this one, I'm going to go Detroit Lions winning this one. Now, moving on, probably my favorite game, probably, if this was the playoffs so far. This would probably be my favorite game. Eagles versus the Vikings. This is a really good matchup. This is a playoff matchup I've been wanting to see for a while, and, like, as the Vikings as a really good team, and Eagles as a really good playoff team, too, and stuff. And then the Eagles, I mean, both dominating offenses, both dominating defenses. I mean, anything could go either way in this. I mean, man, it's just tough to decide who will win this game and stuff. I think it'll be above at least 60 points in this game. Actually, no, hold up. Actually, yeah, 60. Like, it'll probably be like 30-30, and then someone will, like, I think this game could, like, go into overtime or something. Anything could happen, really, probably. It's probably going to come down to the wires. I think, like, they'll all just go back and forth on offenses, and then, like, the final drive on someone's offense, someone will probably screw up, and then the defense will do something, and then they'll just go down the field and win the game and stuff. But this game, I think I'm going to have to go with Philadelphia Eagles. I think they're just a better team, I would feel like, here. I think they have a pretty good chance. I mean, whoever wins this game I feel like will win the Super Bowl, probably. I mean, maybe not for Vikings. I mean, any team. I mean, same for Eagles. I mean, you'd have to get past Lions still and stuff. I mean, any team out of these two, I mean, I don't know who would win this game. I mean, it gave me a tough time to choose who I would want to win. So now we're off to the conference championship matchups. So the AFC side, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers heading to Buffalo versus the Bills. And then the Lions versus the Philadelphia Eagles, the 1 seed versus the 2nd seed and stuff. So now let's start with the AFC side. So the Steelers versus the Bills. Last year they faced each other in the playoffs in the wild card. And it was the Bills who won that game in the wild card. And the Bills, they continue to always dominate on offense, but the Steelers' defense is really good. And like what I said about in the Chiefs one and the Ravens one, I mean, like I think the Steelers, if they can beat the Ravens and if they can beat the Chiefs, the Steelers have a really good chance to beat the Bills in this game and stuff. But, like, the Steelers are taking on a harder team than, like, the Chiefs and Ravens. Like, I think the Bills are, like, the best AFC team in the playoffs. I don't think the best AFC team is Ravens or Chiefs or Chargers or something. I mean, like, anything could happen in this one. I think it'll come down to the wire. I think it'll probably be down by a touchdown. Though, the only way I could see the Steelers win is that if, like, it was, like, both teams below, like, 23 points or something and stuff, which I can't see, though. If that Bills team is going to continue scoring, that the defense, they'll have to figure out something, which will be a tough matchup and stuff. We'll just have to find out what would happen and stuff. But this one, sorry, Steelers, but this one I'm going to have to go with the Bills winning. And the Bills will be your AFC champions. That's what I have. And now, moving on to the NFC side, you got the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles, two of the best teams in the National Football League. Two teams who I think could win the Super Bowl, most likely. They all have a really good chance and stuff. Anything could happen in these games and stuff. My bad. and stuff. I mean, like, both dominating offenses, there'll probably be a lot of points and stuff. I mean, anything could happen in this game. This game could go either way and stuff on who could win it and stuff. And then I think it'll come down into overtime, and then someone will probably score and something. And then the Lions, they always score a bunch of points, but so do the Eagles too. But the Eagles, I think they have a better defense than this one. The Lions, they have a lot of good safeties and corners that take on the offense. But they don't have Aiden Hutchinson though, and stuff. And that I don't think that D-line is good without Aiden Hutchinson and stuff. So this one, I'm going to have to go with the Eagles. They're going to beat the Lions. That's what I got. I got the Eagles defeating the Lions in the NFC Championship. Now moving on to the Super Bowl 59 to determine who will be your champion of the full league. Now is the Bills versus the Eagles. Two teams who have an amazing year. This could go either way and stuff. I think it'll go back and forth a lot. This is a Super Bowl I've been wanting to see for a long time, so there's a reason why I had these two as the final two teams left to win it all and stuff. I mean, the Bills, they are a really good team and stuff. They have a lot of good players. That defense is still pretty good. The Josh Allen in that offense is really good, and it's really tough to defeat and stuff. I mean, anything could go this way and stuff. That Eagles offense is crazy. I think I only have one problem with that Bills D-line. I think it's like only one part, though. That D-line is really good, though. I think there's one part that I have a problem with or something. I don't know. I just don't think their receivers, Allen can still get his receivers wide open. His receivers can still catch, but it's not like it's A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith and stuff. As your receivers for Jalen Hurts and stuff. So, like, if Jalen Hurts does play and stuff, I mean, Josh Allen and the Bills, anyone can win this game and stuff. I think it's up for grabs for both teams. Anyone can win. So, for my final decision to determine who is the Super Bowl 59 champion, I will go with the Philadelphia Eagles to win Super Bowl 59 to shock the world and to defeat the Buffalo Bills in Super Bowl 59. And they finally get their first Super Bowl win since 2017. Finally winning the Super Bowl, being another AFC East team in the Super Bowl. I think they could get another Super Bowl. What would that make, like their fourth, third ring? I think maybe fifth. I don't know. I don't know which one and stuff. So yeah, I think the Eagles will go all the way and win the Super Bowl. I think they will win it all in the final year. So yeah, our results: I picked Chargers to beat the Texans. I picked Steelers to beat the Ravens. I picked the Bills to beat the Broncos. I picked Steelers to beat the Chiefs. I picked Bills to beat the Chargers. I picked Bills to beat the Steelers. I picked Vikings to beat the Rams. I picked Commanders to beat the Bucks. I picked Eagles to beat the Packers. I picked Lions to beat the Commanders. I picked Eagles to beat the Vikings, and I picked Eagles to pick. I meant Eagles to beat the Lions in the NFC Championship, and I said Eagles would win a Super Bowl by beating the Bills in Super Bowl 59 and stuff. So yeah, well, that is it for the video and stuff, and that's my NFL playoff predictions to determine. So yeah, I got the Eagles beating the Bills in Super Bowl 59. So that's what I got for this NFL playoffs. Alright. So alright guys, that is the end of this video. I'll see you on the next one. See y'all later.